Hi guys, it is time for another batch of your replays, and we are going to have two really good medium tank games today. We are kicking off with the Jeremy for the win in his T-44 on Ensk, and you guys have been requesting more T-44 footage, and the Jeremy for the win sent me in a lot of T-44 games. I have already featured the Jeremy for the win on the channel before in a good ISU-152 replay and also a really good T-54 replay. But now he's going to be showing off his skills in his T-44. Now, I have got a couple of replays from Jeremy in the T-44. I will be bringing you another one to the channel soon because they're great games. And if they're great games, I'm going to bring them to you regardless of how many times someone is featured. But this is a good game. And if you do want to learn how to drive the T-44 well, I really do recommend you head over to whatreplays.com. Type in the thejeremyftw into the search bar and look through all the replays he's uploaded, because he has uploaded a ton of really good T-44 games and a lot of really good T-44 ace tankers. This is just one of them, one he sent to me, and we are just going to go. It is a 57%er, so fairly close game, but slightly in his favor. It's a tier 8 game, so nice matchup for the T-44. Jeremy goes for a blind shot at the beginning of the game, and just looking at the ammo, you'll see that the T-44 has, I have no idea why I'm lagging so much, but you'll see that the T-44 only has 175mm of pen, but it does have a very nice 250 alpha damage and a really nice rate of fire. So Jeremy is setting up here. He's going to be doing some sniping at the beginning of the game. He's well back from this bush, so he's going to remain undetected, and that 175mm bounces on the IS. But as you can see, the bushes in front of him are solid, so he can fire without being detected, and more enemy tanks are appearing, and he's got the side of a Tiger II, gets a nice shot in. Lots of targets appearing on the one line, and he gets another lovely shot into the Tiger II, tracking him in place. Tiger II uses his repair kit, goes for the same trick on the IS, tracks the IS in place, and unfortunately doesn't get the kill. A 30 takes out the IS, but no more tanks appearing on the zero line, so the Jeremy is advancing. Don't know what spotted him. Really don't know. Oh, there's an AMX-12T who's come around to the back of the map. But Jeremy is going to do some flanking. He's going to play like a proper medium tank. He's going to be flanking enemy tanks, hitting them in the sides and rear where that 175mm of penetration doesn't hurt quite so much. So he sees this T-32, decides to ambush the T-32 and gets stuck on the wreck, and takes a big hit from another T-32 that was lying in ambush. So he backs away. His driver's been taken out. He puts his driver back in. But he did get a shot into a T-32, but he was ambushed and has taken his first damage. T-32 has come out for some revenge. T-32 puts one shot in, but Jeremy returns the favor, and now Jeremy can circle this T-32, gets his revenge, takes him out, and he is up to 1400 damage. So again, he's flanking this T-32 and KV-1S, who are occupied by the tanks in front of them. He's going to get a side shot in this KV-1S, takes him out for kill number 2. And he's still flanking, still moving around, looking for shots on this T-32. It's a nice shot on the move. You see the alpha damage is actually very nice on this gun. He did 281 damage. Somehow bounces his kill shot in the T-32 and only manages to track him, leaving the T-32 to the M6. But his team are being capped. Now he ignored that kill in order to get back to base. There are two TDs camping, and a 30 is having trouble against the E25. Thankfully the 30 does manage to take out the E25, but his team are being capped. ISU-152 decides to leave the cap circle, giving Jeremy the opportunity to get to his rear. Really poor play by that enemy ISU-152. Jeremy's team were in danger of losing, but because the ISU-152 left the cap was reset. Jeremy is able to kill or do most of the damage to the ISU-152, takes out the Jackson for kill number 3. He is up to 2.5k damage and takes a hit from a Cheery at distance. Bounces the Cheery and unfortunately bounces on the Cheery. That's something you don't see happen very often. RT is still in play. There were 3 RT on the enemy team. So Jeremy is still advancing. He's going to hunt down this Cheery. And the Cheery's focused on the T-32. So again, another lovely shot on the move. He's going to park in behind the Cheery. Another shot in. Cheery's got lots of health. Lots of XP and credits available from this tank. So Jeremy is staying close. He's trying to stay below the gun depression on the Cheery, and he's just circling him to death. Cheery does get a shot in, but the M6 once again takes out the Cheery, but that takes Jeremy up to 3.5k damage. He did 999 damage against that Cheery. So just 2 enemy RT left. Jeremy's on 3 kills. Stops to aim at the T-51. Is quite fortunate that the other T-50 or S-51, sorry, missed him. But he has time, he aims carefully, takes out the S-51 for kill number 4. And because Jeremy has been flanking, because he was getting to the sides and rear of most enemy tanks, he hasn't had to fire any premium in this game. So last tank has been spotted. Jeremy doesn't stay for cap points, he's advancing. He's looking for kill number 5. And the S-51 is not looking his way. So again, a lovely shot on the move, and once again that M6 nicks the kill. But Jeremy finishes up with 4 kills, 4.1k damage. So that was an ace tanker for Jeremy in the T-44. Another really good example of how, even though it only has 175mm of penetration, if you can fire into the sides and rear of enemy tanks, it is a perfectly good gun. He also picked up high caliber and a Confederate medal. Unfortunately missed out on a few kills, and that M6 really should send him a thank you email, because that M6 on his team finished up a lot of tanks that Jeremy reduced to a one-hit kill. He finished top on XP with 1404 XP, 4,339 damage with 4 kills. He fired 23, hit 22, penned 21. Really nice performance. He spotted 1, damaged 11, destroyed 4, and did 1,200, almost 1,300 assistance damage. He even managed to get 1 base defense point. He earned 53, almost 54,000 credits for that game. Really nice profit in a tier 8 medium, especially as he wasn't firing any premium ammo. 2,106 XP for the first game of the day times 2 left him on 4,212. So if you really want to know how to get the best out of the T-44, that was a really good example. Don't take on very many tanks head on, try and get to their sides, try and get to their rear, use your speed, use your mobility to flank enemy tanks and hit them from unexpected directions, and you can get results like this. A really nice game, Jeremy. Thanks for sending it in. So moving on from the tier 8 Russian medium tank, we are moving into a tier 10 Russian medium tank. And just like the previous replay from Jeremy, Neolon Travels sent me in a lot of replays, and some of them are just too good to not put up on the channel. I would be doing her and you a disservice if I didn't show you how good some of these games were. So we're featuring Neolon again, as I say, in the Object 140. This is a game played on Sacred Valley. It's another 57%er, and Neolon has another very big game, so let's just get going. Now, it's a pretty tier 10 game. There are 6 tier 10s on either side, quite a few tier 9s and some unfortunate tier 8s, but there are 3 RT in play. Neolon is starting, it's an encounter game, and Neolon is starting on the left. And initially she starts to go south towards Cap and then changes her mind because not very many of her tanks are heading north. So Nealon did point out in the replay description that this was one of her first games on Sacred Valley and she's learning how the map works. She's enough engine power to get up that rise and she's been quite aggressive. And she's just spotted an E100 and a Carnarvon. Got spotted in return. And with 3 RT on the enemy team, moves into cover. But she's in quite a strong position here. She's got an IS-8 for backup. And she's going to be looking for flank shots. And bounces on an E100 with a shot through the wall, but now has the rear of the E100. Goes to work. Thinks she's trying to either track or set him on fire. Again, another lovely shot. That was definitely an attempted track shot that didn't work. And this time she does set the E100 on fire. E100's quick with the fire extinguisher, but Nealon is able to continue working. She bounces a Carnarvon. People say that the Object 140 doesn't have armor, but I notice it bounces a heck of a lot. So she's continuing to work on this E100. She is already up to 2,000 damage. She did almost full damage to that E100. And now she's going to try and work on this Carnarvon. Carnarvon is firing gold, but Nealon puts a nice shot in. And continues to work. This is a really, really nice little position. She's continuing to work on this IS-4. Enemy team, other than that Carnarvon, the enemy team seem to be ignoring her. She's just bounced a Leopard 1 with her turret. Notice that the Carnarvon is trying to flank her. Carnarvon is now shooting at another tank. So she's trying to side scrape, trying to get shots at this Carnarvon. She's just bounced the Leopard again. Turret armor on the Object 140 is surprisingly strong. Takes out the IS-4 for kill number 2. She's up to 3,200 damage. Bounces an IS-3. Notices the Carnarvon is a one-hit kill. Decides to move around. Finish him off for kill number 3. And now she's got to deal with the tanks to her north, but there's an enemy Object 140 also moving in on her. So she's got tanks to either side of her. Yep, she's just been flanked by that Object 140, but she's going for a kill on that IS-3, rolls low, leaves the IS-3 on low health, takes him out with a second shot, but in the meantime she's getting shot from behind by the Object 140. Thankfully she has the gun depression to be able to get a shot at this IS-8, takes him out for kill number 5 while trying to stay safe from the Object 140 and the T-32 behind her. Finishes off the Leopard for kill number 6. There is Nealon's Top Gun. And now she can turn around. Is she going to turn around and deal with that T-32? Nope, her team take out the T-32. But she is up to 3.3k damage. She's got 6 kills already. This game isn't even 4 minutes old. So she's hunting enemy tanks down, doesn't have the gun depression to get a shot at the Jagdpanther 2, but the Jagdpanther 2 gets taken out by Artie. So Nealon is hunting for this object who is putting shots into her. And the object's been spotted in the middle. So 2 potential targets ahead of her. Not much to shoot at. The Object 140 rushes that shot to try and get the kill. Object 140 decides to reverse. Nealon is able to take him out for kill number 7. 2 Artie. Our Artie has now been spotted. There's kill number 8. She is up to 4.2k damage. Going to try and go for a track shot in the Jagdtiger and succeeds. Tracks the Jagdtiger in place, and that Jagdtiger is getting torn apart. She puts another track shot in. Jagdtiger's not going anywhere. And finishes him off for kill number 9. So I know Neilon has featured on the channel quite a bit recently, but when you've got replays that good, it would be an absolute shame not to bring them to you. It was another ace tanker. It was a Radley Walters and very, very close to a Pools medal if she'd just been able to get one more kill. She finished up with a Top Gun as well. She finished top on XP with 1536, 9 kills, 4,774 damage. She fired 22, hit 21 and penned 20. The gun on the Object 140 is fantastic. She also received 9 hits and managed to bounce 4 of them. And the armor, even though people say the Object 140 is not that well armored for a tier 10, the armor is pretty troll. She spotted 1, damaged 9, destroyed 9, and even managed 5,306 assistance damage. Because she was tracking enemy tanks, because she was so far advanced, she was spotting enemy tanks, that was a huge amount of assistance damage as well. She earned 62,500 credits for that game, didn't have to fire a lot of premium. 2,304 XP on a ×3 event, again with a special thrown in, left her on 7,488 XP. 2 really, really good games today, guys. Thank you very much for sending them in. I will always feature games on the channel if they are as good as those. So thanks to Jeremy and thanks to Neilon for sending those in, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.